Hotel Echo Lima Lima Oscar. Good afternoon on a Saturday, live and direct from Southeast London, England, from your host, your guy himself, the one and only and truly DLG Repping, otherwise short for Dele London Gooners Space. Romeo Echo Papa Papa Indigo November. Firstly and foremost, I do apologise for no show for not one, not two, but 3 days. It's unacceptable from my part. I take huge responsibility for not screening one video, let alone 3 days with no show. All that I want to say is I love you guys all for your support, for your subscribing, your likes, your commenting, and I'm not going nowhere. I'm here to stay. And I mean, I'm here to stay. Before I get into the headlines, make sure you smash the thumbs up like button for me, please. Can you do that in abundance? I'd really appreciate that. Thank you. On top of that, yeah, show me love and respect there. And make sure you share this channel virally all over the globe, especially to your friends and your relatives, yeah? Share that all over the globe. And on top of that, if you've got a question you want to ask me based on the football related content as it is, if you've got any opinion, you've got your opinions, your views, whatever it is, yeah, leave it in the comment section below. And remember, my comment section is for positive feedback only, yeah? So let's keep it respectful and football 100%. And last but not least, do help me by subscribing to the channel, yeah? That's myself, DLG Repping. Smash that subscribe button for me. It might not happen. 1,000 subscribers might not happen by the end of the year. It could happen the beginning, middle, or the end of 2023. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. I really would love to get to 1,000 subscribers. So smash that subscribe button for me hard as you can, yeah? I'm here again, back with another fresh content, and let's get into it. But again, I've apologized. I would like to take the moment to apologize to you guys. I should never have not done a show. However, on a positive, on Christmas Day, I'll be doing my match preview of Arsenal v West Ham United at the Emirates, the game that I'm going to attend. So I look forward to that fixture. Otherwise, let's get cracking. Mikel Arteta has said that Arsenal will be active in January. Now, obviously they're words, but seeing it in the plan of action is another thing altogether. Brentford manager has signed a new 5-year extension to his contract, so congratulations to Thomas Frank there. And I'll be going into Saturday's gossip column. That's my headline. That's going towards my that's my headline that I'm going to be dropping towards my content. Otherwise, let's start off with the Arsenal manager himself, Mikel Arteta. As it says here, as the head title states in yellow writing, Arteta says Arsenal will be active in January. Well, I hope he is. Well, he better be active. Well, not he, but Arsenal better be active as a football club. And I'm talking about the guys at the top. Arsenal will be active during the January transfer window following an injury to striker Gabriel Jesus, says Gunners boss Mikel Arteta. Jesus scored 5 goals and registered 6 assists in the Premier League to help Arsenal lead the top flight going into the break for the 2022 World Cup. But the 25-year-old got injured playing for Brazil at the tournament and has since had knee surgery. Whoops, slip of the tongue. It's going to take some time for sure, said Arteta. Arteta said of Jesus. Yeah, we're looking at a month or two without Jesus, and that's a great shame because the way that he has fitted into our system, he's fitting into Mikel Arteta's way of involving and playing the pressing game with intensity and aggression. Now we've only got Eddie on top, and we might have to push and really push for a recall for Folarin Balogun because we haven't really got anyone up front. So we've got problems there, and that's where we're extremely light. All this link ups and this and that about this winger and midfielder, yeah, that's blessed, but we need an attacker. That is why 50 million can't cut it for Arsenal. If they go and get a striker, what about the other areas of the team? In our midfield, it's not the strongest when you take Partey out of that equation. On the wing, we're not bad there, but I feel that the Gunners want to go and get themselves another winger. All right, they're going to cost money. Now, I am calling upon Josh Kroenke to ask his father for a minimum 200 million on top of that 50 million because these players are going to cost money. Yes, I get that we've suffered an annual loss in profits for the year ending. I get that. But his father is worth nearly £10 billion. Let that sink in. £10 billion. We need him to get out 200 million. That's all we're asking. That 200 million is nothing to him. To Stan Kroenke. Nothing to him. So Josh, if you can clearly get that money, that money that we need, 150 million to 10 million, then fine, please do it. We're going to need to strengthen, and they're not going to come cheap. 50 million, we might as well just not even bother. Anyway, let's move on. But if Arteta says that Arsenal are going to be active, then, well, what do you say? Do you go by his word or not? Leave it in the chat for me. Right. I'm going to go to a good bit of news for Christmas. And by the way, Merry Christmas Eve. For those of you who are watching this live stream, don't drink and drive, but try and be merry. Frank signs new 5-year deal contract at Brentford. Well, I'm going to read it again. Frank signs new 5-year contract at Brentford, as it's stated in yellow writing. That's the head title. Thomas Frank has signed a new 5-year contract at Brentford until the summer of 2027. That's a long time. Still a long time in some senses. We're pushing to the brink of 2023. So a lot can happen by now until 2027. But congratulations, Brentford fans. If you're watching and you want to, have your say on it, leave it in the comment section below. I'd love to have a conversation with you guys. The 49-year-old Danish manager only secured a fresh deal with the Bees in January, which was to run until the end of 2024-23 season. Frank led the club to promotion to the Premier League 18 months ago as they ended a 74-year exile from the top flight, then finished 13th last season. That is a good return. 13th for their first season in the Premier League. Great return. Brentford are 10th in the table and face Tottenham on Boxing Day. Go on the Brentford. Go on the Bees. You never heard me say that. Other than that, yeah. Thomas Frank has worked with the resources that he's had to work with. He's, although it was great going to Brentford and getting a 3-0 win and convincingly, my concern for Brentford is no, not my concern, but in some sense it will concern. I don't think it concerns any Brentford fan that his loyalty should be up for question. He has signed a new deal. I believe he'll be there for the foreseeable future. But a lot of things can happen. However, Brentford fans, if you're watching, leave it in the chat. But let's get to the gossip column of today. This thing loads on time. Shout out to yourselves if you're watching around the world, whether you're in Colombia, Israel, Puerto Rico, Panama, Belgium, Scotland, Ivory Coast, or known as Cote d'Ivoire, Netherlands, known as Holland, whether you're watching in Austria, Greece, Australia, Guatemala, St. Vincent, St. Kitts, Yemen. Shout out to all your Arsenal fans and football. Shout out to all Arsenal and football fans watching my content. Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for me. Please do all of that. I would really appreciate the love and support. So on to the gossip column. According to the Sun here, Manchester City are determined to win the fight for Borussia Dortmund's Jude Bellingham and believe that England midfielder will turn down a $100 million transfer to Real Madrid or Liverpool to work with City coach Pep Guardiola. I'll tell you what, that seems like a big opportunity, too good to turn down. But that's reading it in from a paper talk, and that's all there is just talk, just words. Let's see what he decides. I still believe he'll be a Real Madrid player. And that's my belief in Jude Bellingham. Anyway, Mirror. Manchester United have open talks with PSV Eindhoven about signing Netherlands winger Cody Gakpo. I think they're going to use him as a striker. They see him as a striker. I know he was heavily linked with Arsenal, but Manchester United seem to be in the race for his signature, and I believe they're going to use him as a striker. My word, he is a hell of a talent. And proved that in the World Cup as well. Al Nassr are hopeful they will complete the signing of Portugal forward and free agent. Wait for it, yes, Cristiano Ronaldo before the January transfer window opens. CBS Sports. Well, there's still some days left for it to happen, so let's just see what occurs. Manchester United believe they have a chance of signing Frankie de Jong in the summer, but Phil Barcelona are trying to increase his value by saying the Netherlands midfielder is not for sale. This is coming from Sports. Newcastle United here. Let's read what the Times have said, because it states here Newcastle are interested in signing Borussia Mönchengladbach and France forward Marcus Thuram. Tell you what, I'll take a chance on this guy. I mean, Callum Wilson, they've got Chris Wood, they've got Isaac, who for me is their best number 9 out of the 3 of them. But I would like Arsenal to go in for someone like Marcus Thuram. I'll tell you what, if Arsenal are going in for a Vlahovic, it'll come at a cheaper deal. So yeah, we can get negotiating with Juventus. That could be a big difference for us. We need a striker or two. Anyway, Barcelona have no intention to sell Ivory Coast midfielder Frank Kessie or Spain right back Hector Bellerin in January. Hector Bellerin in January, his name's been mentioned here by Fabrizio Romano. Hector Bellerin, who only just joined Barcelona last summer, and his name's been linked with a move away from Catalonia. I wonder what's going on there. Sport. Paris Saint-Germain are interested in bringing in Real Madrid's 26-year-old Spain winger Marco Asensio, who has been linked with Arsenal. Well, I'll tell you what, I would prefer. I don't think I would prefer to go for Asensio, if I'm being honest. I would prefer to see what Modric is all about. I mean, I've seen clips of him on YouTube, and they show some good parts. They show all good bits on him. They show a lot of good bits on him, but it's, you know what, having me to take the time to go and watch this guy, or to watch this guy live for 5-10 live games is another thing. And then to judge whether he is the one. Arsenal fans, Marco Asensio or Modric of Shakhtar Donetsk, leave it in the chat. Paris Saint-Germain also want Manchester United and Brazil midfielder Fred, despite the Old Trafford club triggering a 12-month extension on the 29-year-old's contract. That's according to the Sun here. Chelsea are closing in on completing deals for Molde and Ivory Coast forward David Fofana and Vasco da Gama's Brazilian midfielder Andre Santos. Both one's 20 and the other one's 18. That's coming from the Standard. Now, two young, talented players. Two young players that come across as potential. We don't know how good they are. But Chelsea are on the brink of signing these two, according to what the Standard has said here. DC United have reached a verbal agreement over a move for Leeds and Poland midfielder Matthias Klich, 32. That's coming from the MLFsoccer.com. Right. Crystal Palace chairman, I didn't say Simon Jordan there. Crystal Palace chairman, Steve Perry, says the club are looking to make loan signings in January rather than bringing in players on permanent deals. Ooh. Now, Crystal Palace fans, I don't know if you're listening or not. Does that have a negative impact or a negative or positive impact for the rest of your season if you're bringing in loan players? You can leave it in the chat. AC Milan are set to meet with Rafael, whose contract runs to 2024, and offer a new deal worth 5 times his current salary. The Italian side want to make the Portugal forward their highest paid player in a bid to stave off interest. Now, this guy has been highly talked about and highly he's been highly talked about by a number of other big clubs around Europe. AC Milan, I can imagine they want to sit down with him and thrash out the highest deal possible to ward off interest from their rivals and other big European scalps. AC Milan fans, if you're watching, leave it in the chat. Germany striker Yusuf Moukoko has admitted he was shocked to see reports that his wage demands have led to a contract standoff with Borussia Dortmund. Now, if he's saying that he's shocked about his wage demands. If that's what's he's just found out, then from his part, he would be appalled by the rumours. But who knows? Brazilian winger Tite, who is technically contract to Shakhtar Donetsk, but on loan at Lyon, could make a permanent move in January. The 22-year-old has also been offered to a number of Premier League clubs. 90 minutes here. According to the Standard, Arsenal are to trigger an extension in the contract of 19-year-old English midfielder Charlie Patino, who is currently on loan at Blackpool. Yes, he is on loan at Blackpool. The only thing is, I've not seen him play enough games for the Seasiders, or whatever you want to call them. I would assume he's doing the best he can, and I wish him all the best. And that's today's gossip column done. So if that's the gossip column done, then the content is done as well. So what a pleasure to talk to you guys again after 3 days of absence, or going AWOL, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to put it. However you want to put it. Otherwise, ladies to the gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls, I always thank you so much for watching. I thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for tuning in and saving the best to last. I thank you so much for putting up with me. And one viewer, you just come at the end. Thank you, one viewer. Otherwise, I hope you're having a nice Christmas and a good New Year in advance. Well, all I want to say is peace, love, and bless again. And remember to look after your friends, look after your families, do look after yourselves. DLG Repping, we'll chat again. And on top of that, like, comment, share, and subscribe. But before I go, just remember, especially at this time of the year, do always be nice.